everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Lisa Neff-Wheeler, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I'm here today with John Ballé. How are you?
I'm very good. How about you?
Good, thanks.
Great.
John is the owner of, I have to read this because it's a tongue twister for me, Ballé Private Fitness Training Studio in Hillsborough, New Jersey.
Correct.
And the studio is a personal training gym. And, you know, what we're going to talk about today and what I've been looking forward to today is really learning more about John.
Sure.
Learning about your approach to how you do personal training.
Great.
And he's also done some pretty cool things lately. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So everyone has a journey story.
Sure.
So tell me how you got here. What was your journey to get here?
Okay. So the journey to me opening up the facility? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I started personal training at a younger age, around 22, and I'm 46 now. So I've been doing this my entire adult life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't like personal training. I love it. I love being able to help people and work with them directly. There's no more gratifying feeling than just seeing someone transform before your eyes. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I started like anybody else working in other people's gyms and really had a hankering for it. And I was really able to establish clientele really quickly at most places I went to. So I bounced around from place to place. So around 2008, I decided to go into business for myself. Mm-hmm. I wasn't in the position to open up my own studio. So what I did is I ran my business out of other people's gyms.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great. Actually, right on 206 here, there's a place called The Body Shop.
Yep.
And I was able to run my business out of there for quite some time.
Uh-huh.
And then once that closed, I moved it to 2 other locations. Then I decided to take the plunge and open up my own place.
Uh-huh.
And here I am now 7 years at this location.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. So talk a little bit about, you said you love personal training.
Yes.
Talk about why that motivates and drives you.
Yeah. So I've been an athlete my whole life, an avid hockey player. I love playing. And I was also big into teaching. So when I was in college, I wanted to be a teacher. And I was putting my foot into many different aspects of teaching to figure out which I wanted to go into. And when hockey was over, I decided to go into the gym. And as I had my gym experience, it was unbelievable. And I had my first personal trainer. His name was Dennis. And the experience I had with Dennis was so unbelievable that it made me not want to pursue a degree in teaching, but made me want to go towards personal training.
Gotcha.
What he gave to me, that gift of health and knowledge and well-being and overall just sense of self, was so great that I wanted to be able to give that to other people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So why are you different? There's a lot of gyms around here.
There is a lot of gyms.
A ton of gyms.
Too many.
So talk a little bit why
Sure.
you're different.
Sure. So I always tell people that this is like the food court back here, right? You can go to the mall, there's a lot of different places to eat, there's a lot of different places to exercise.
Yep.
And the cool part about all of us back here is we all kind of have a little special niche, right? So I know that what I provide here is one-on-one personal training. This is a one-on-one personal training studio. So it's not open to the public where you're going to have a ton of people in here. It's private for the client and me only, or for whatever other trainer is here with their client as well. So it's that private atmosphere that makes us different. It's the facility itself as a whole that makes us different. Not only do we pride ourselves here on having the best equipment and the decor and the feng shui and the way it's laid out, but one thing I really love about here is the atmosphere that we create, a family dynamic, a community of people. And that's what really separates us too, is the way everyone interacts together. We do group outings, we go to Devils games and Phillies games. Every year I have a client brunch where I treat my clients, the whole studio, out to a brunch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we do it in a restaurant in Princeton. We have an award ceremony, and it's just a great place to be. It's great for someone who is new and they really want to learn without feeling that intimidation or maybe not feeling certain of themselves in another place. And it's great for that athlete who's very focused because this is a place of no distraction.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you mentioned to me when we had the conversation, the initial conversation, that you get your clients all by word of mouth.
Yes.
You don't advertise,
Never.
you don't do anything.
No.
So talk a little bit about why, once you get that word of mouth, why they decide to come to you and what gets them to you, for lack of better word.
Sure. So again, no advertising. I'm here 7 years and I've never advertised once, not one email, nothing. I think the word of mouth is happened just because of the reputation I've created throughout all the years, and people know if you want something quality, then you're going to go to a quality a trainer or whatever. So once our client comes through the door and we sit down, I usually don't just have people come on and be members right away. What I like to do with my members or potential clients is go through an interview process. I like to do the same thing we're doing right now. I want to sit across the person and make sure that they're here for the right reasons and that there's a good rapport and chemistry between us, because guess what, Lisa? I am not here just to take your check. I want to make sure that I'm working with the right person, and I want to make sure that person is right, that I'm the right fit for that person as well. So the fact that we take our time and we make sure that there's a good relationship in place, and that I know that I'm going to be able to help that person for what they're seeking, and that their comfort level with me is perfect, that's what separates us a little bit more too. Also the fact that we take the time to really custom cater people's workouts and exactly to them. So I always tell people, like, this is not the Men's Warehouse where you're gonna come and pull 2 suits off the shelf for $200.
Yeah.
This is more your place where you're gonna get your suit or your gown made for the Academy Award. Everything is gonna be custom detailed and catered specifically to you.
Now, do you focus just on the workout piece, or do you do nutrition, mindset, all that stuff as well?
We do everything. We do nutrition, mindset. We have an app here. We have a Ballé personal fitness training app, which is highly interactive. So in that app, I have diet nutrition with clients. I prescribe workouts. So even when the clients are here, all the workouts are noted. But then they also have homework that they have to do too. And then so we do stuff inside and outside of here. And then I get to know when everyone's doing what they're supposed to, because they're checking into their app, or they even check into me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So are you like a teacher, and if they don't do their homework, do you come after them?
I could be. I think I have to say my clients have a good, healthy fear of me. But at the same time, I always make them laugh and smile. And they get the best of both Johns.
So, when people work out, or when people focus on their weight, and I've been working out since I was in college, so this works for a while, plateau. This works, you go up here, plateau, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
So how do you approach the whole aspect that we just talked about and enable your clients to get consistent progress, especially as they age? Because I'm a little older, and what worked when I was young, forget it. It doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, I always tell people that exercise is not just cosmetic, right? Exercise is something we want to do, especially as we get older. Yeah. So we can add quality onto our years as we age, right? As we travel, as we do things, we're still able-bodied to do them. So that's a really, really important thing. One thing I really like to do is, when my clients train with me, I want everyone to leave here feeling accomplished, and not anyone to leave here feeling, uncertain, or maybe they felt like, this was too much, what I get myself into. So how I do that is I base everyone's programs on their progress, what they're showing me. As they're progressing, I'm going to constantly uptick their program and add new exercises in, so their body never has a chance to kind of plateau. We're always adding variety, and the more variety we could add, the more muscular confusion we could have, and the more the body's going to constantly just keep changing. But we'll also change workout methods too. So we'll work out with a variation of things, from weights to core synergistic to plyometrics to ropes and flipping tires, and the more we can add in, the better it's going to be for that body just to constantly be confused and to constantly change.
That's good.
Yeah.
So put yourself in your clients' heads. What do they say they love the most about coming here?
Yeah, so that's a loaded question. I think the first thing you're going to hear people say is what I talked about before: the family atmosphere, the community, knowing you're coming to a place where you're going to laugh, you feel safe, you feel happy. It's the environment. I think for a lot of people, the way we did the decorations inside, it's so bright and colorful. It's fully equipped and with great equipment. And people really love that. People love coming for the workouts and the relationships that we've created. You know, the reason why I have a waiting list, I have a waiting list of clients to get through the door. And it's because it's the rapport and relationships I form with my clients. Some of my clients have been here 15 years.
Wow.
12 years, 7 years, 10 years. So, you know, you establish those relationships and build them, and that's a great thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing changes here. And they're pretty cool, actually.
Thank you.
They're all over your Facebook page.
Yes.
But why don't you tell people what you've been doing and the why of what you've been doing? Because it's not just what's in your gym. You know, I saw that you're doing a website too. So talk a little bit about why you've been focusing.
So this question actually can make me circle back to our last one.
Sure.
And I know one thing a lot of clients say is that they love the fact that I'm constantly upgrading and changing the studio. It never stays the same. I'm always subtracting a piece of equipment to bring a new piece of equipment in. I'm always changing the decor or adding. So the place never stays stale. Nothing stays stale. You can't figure out your workout. You can't figure out what the place is going to look like every time you come. You're like, what is new in this place? So that's a great thing in itself. So I've been building a lot of things here. Again, being private and staying kind of to myself for a long time, I've gotten to the point where I think I'm ready to finally expand a little bit.
Oh, wow.
I know, and I'm saying it now, so I guess I better do it. and
they will hold you to it.
They will hold me to it. And I've gotten to the place where I'm ready for it. And I want to bring in more trainers, and I want to bring in other things like that. So I did build a website, and I'm excited to work with the guy who's building it. It's Bradford Strategies, and he's really a wonderful place to go. And so we're building out that website. We built out the app over the summer, which is a great feature for the clients to have. And just more decorations in the studio, and just trying to make it as robust and trying to get the best client experience possible. We want people to come here not just for workouts, but for experiences, and to leave here not just feeling physically worked out, but mind, body, soul, a whole experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to take pictures in the gym so you guys can see it because it's pretty cool. And it's been great learning more about you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Your studio, and I appreciate your time. And to our audience, thanks so much for watching today. If you own a business and would like to be featured, please don't hesitate to contact me at 732-267-1204. Take care. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.